Hi, my name is Haley Bell. On Tuesday, December 1st, 2020, at 6 p.m., I held a group meeting in my home in my upstairs open loft. There were 6 people who attended the meeting, including me. The group consisted of 6 individuals, and the topic of our meeting was time management and how we use time management in our own families. And we also discussed new ways to implement time management in our families. The group was classified as a social group. Everybody who attended the group was familiar with each other, as we had all attended a previous church group together before. It was a fairly relaxed setting. However, I was pretty nervous due to the fact that this was the first time I had actually took on the role as a leader for a group setting. We began by me standing up and thanking everybody just for attending, and I kind of explained the purpose of the project and went over that time management was going to be the topic. Due to COVID, it had been a while since everybody had got to meet up together in the group setting, so I chose to do a DIDE technique in order to kind of get everybody in pairs. Since everybody was familiar with each other, we just kind of paired up with each other in groups of 2, and for about 20 to 25 minutes we wrote down, everybody had their own sheet of paper, and we wrote down how we use time management in our own families, and then together we brainstormed new ideas for implementing time management into our families in those pairs that neither of us had on our paper already. Once we had that time to jot down our time management techniques for our own families, and then our new brainstormed ideas for implementing time management, we came back together as a group. I experienced my first challenge when we come back together as one. I was standing up there and I was kind of waiting for somebody to begin talking, and then I realized, oh, you are the group leader, so you have to initiate the conversation this time. So I began to express my ideas for implementing time management into families, and then I discussed ways in which I had already implemented time management into my family's schedule. So from there, I suggested we start with the first person to the right and just work our way around the room, discussing the new ideas that we came up in pairs about time management with, and then the current things we each use in our families regarding time management. I did this so that way nobody felt like they just had to speak. Everybody knew we were starting at one point and we were going to work around the room. So everyone felt as if they were getting a turn to speak, and they kind of knew, when they would be next. After everybody was done speaking, I, asked everybody to openly discuss, what ideas they heard would benefit their family, and to discuss, why they would benefit their personal families. And this time I started to the left, and it was kind of just an open discussion. Nobody was required to speak. However, everybody in the group did choose to comment on something new that they had learned about time management. So I felt as if the group meeting was successful, because I felt everybody went home with ideas of how they could implement time management a little bit better in their families in regards to their children, their spouses, extracurricular activities, and just everyday life in general. By concluding the meeting, I asked anyone if they had any further comments, and then I also, welcomed feedback on how I did as a leader. I thanked everybody for participating and coming to my house for the group meeting. It was a pretty short group meeting due to some COVID restrictions. Here in my state, we kind of have to be careful about gatherings, and so I just held everybody to an hour. I was nervous about leading the group. As I mentioned earlier, it was the first time that I had led a group. I think some of the challenges that I faced was the main challenge of just like waiting for somebody else to speak instead of me taking the initiative to speak when we came back together from our diet exercise. I'm not one to very much take control. I'm kind of reserved and a little bit shy. So that's the biggest challenge for me leading the group, is learning to take the initiative to set a positive tone and inspiring tone for the meeting. Leading the group was very helpful for me because I was able to see, in the future, you need to take the initiative to lead. You need to take, the initiative to make everything positive and uplifting. I do feel that I am good with encouraging and supporting people once in a conversation. So I think my biggest challenge overall from this assignment was just learning how to be persistent and get everybody talking, and just taking that leap of faith. Overall, I enjoyed the assignment. I think it highlighted some significant areas of efficiency for leading a group, while also highlighting some challenges that I can work on for the future.